Ford, what the heck are you thinking? Like, this is such a big turnoff from what we were all expecting, basically. So the Ford Lightning EV has just been debuted with all the configurator and all the pricing. And as you guys remember from a previous video, they kind of showcased a little survey. Well, it was all fine and dandy because one of the models, like the XLT, was actually fairly affordable. But now, this week, Ford just debuted the actual pricing for the vehicle, and they opened up the configurator for basically everybody. And this week, the people that had the reservations first are going to be able to actually place an order for their Lightning, which is extremely exciting, but the prices are not what we originally thought. So I'm gonna get to that. For me, the most basic truck that I wanted, well, let me start. I would love to get the Lariat, but it's pretty expensive even when they debuted the pricing for the survey. $70,000 plus is a lot of money for that vehicle. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get the XLT. So I'm completely fine with that. But the one thing that I absolutely needed was the extended range. So basically, Ford's EPA with 1,000 pounds of payload is 300 miles of range for their extended range truck. Well, we all know that that is just an estimate, and with 1,000 pounds of payload, or basically 4 250-pound guys, women, whatever, in the truck. So it's going to definitely go over that. We know it's going to go over 300 miles because, especially with my mach-e, I'm easily getting over 300 miles with just me in the car. And it's EPA rated for 270 miles. Well, we know it's going to go over. But either way, I'm doing upwards of 150 miles per day, depending on the day, in my current car. So I definitely need the range because, not to get into it, but with winter, let's just imagine that range is cut in half. You're talking for the 230 mile EPA, it's 115 miles of usable range. Well, that's not going to cut it for me. And that's even if it gets 230, it's most likely going to get more. But either way, I need the extended range. Now, what I'm going to get into is the actual pricing for each of the trims and how much it's going to cost per month. Now, take into account these two things. Is the average price for a new car is $550 per month. So let's just imagine that people are comfortable paying that amount of money. Now let's add like $200 to $250 per month for gasoline, since it's about $3 to $4 per gallon depending on where you live. So you're looking at about an $800 per month payment for that vehicle, to run that vehicle per month. So from my train of thought, people will most likely feel comfortable with an $800 EV payment because electricity is a very minimal cost depending on where you live, but the national average is about 13 cents per kilowatt. So you're really only going to be using like $30 to $60 per month on electricity. And obviously there's a lot of factors that go into that. Let's just average it. So an $800 per month payment would be actually pretty doable after you pay it off after 6, 7, 8, 10, whatever years. You're just going to have that electricity cost and then maintenance. So you really, that gas equation, $200 to $250 per month is actually gone. So it's really going to be beneficial once you pay off this EV. Now I'm going to get finally into the prices and the per month payments of each trim level. Now let's just take into account that you have perfect credit. So you're going to get about a 3% interest rate, let's just say. We're going to do no down payment, and then we're going to do an average of $72 per month. And this is with no extra accessories, really. This is just going on the configurator, and we're just going to do what's included, and then this is the price. So the first one on this list is the Pro Standard Range. Again, 230 miles EPA with 1,000 pounds of payload. We're looking at $41,669 starting, which comes out to $634 per month. Now, when we bump that up, we're going to go to the XLT. So the standard range is $54,669 with a starting monthly payment of $983. And as I told you in the beginning of this video, I feel people are most likely going to get in this range. And that's really kind of like the most that you could really get, because you don't have much options. And unfortunately, even the extended range, if you really needed that extended range like I do, the cheapest you're going to get is the XLT Extended Range, which is $74,169. Let that sink in just for a quick second. $74,000 for an extended range Lightning EV. Now that comes to $1,127 per month for an electric truck. That's a lot of money. In my opinion, that's the only option I have, and I am not going with that. It's too much money, honestly. And I thought it would be a little bit closer, which it's pretty close to Rivian's price. You know, for the standard range Rivian truck, the R1T, it's like $67,000. And then when you get the extended, you know, it's a bunch more. Well, they need to be competitive with Rivian because they're actually in the business with Rivian. They've supplied so much extra money to them to help them out and get them started, and they're getting their investment back. So it makes sense that they can't really undercut Rivian. So the next one on the list, which is something that I would like, is the Lariat. The first one is the standard range, again, 230 miles. And you're looking at $69,169. And this one actually comes to about $1,000.51 per month. So that one actually, if you really want the Lariat, you really care for the interior, you don't really care for the range whatsoever, that one's actually not too bad for $1,000 a month. You got to think, like, some truck owners are paying $800-900 per month for just a payment alone, and they're paying like $300-400 on the side for gasoline, and then you got maintenance and everything like that. So if people are paying upwards of $1,300 for a very well equipped Lariat, or Platinum or whatever, so it's not too bad, I guess. Well, maybe. So the next one is Lariat Extended Range. Now this one is phenomenal. Like, I strongly would love to have this. This is the dream truck right here. But it's $79,169. So that is a no-go for me. And it's also $1,203 per month. $1,200 per month. And then lastly, for all the business owners and the rich kids out there, you have the Platinum, the Platy. That one just comes with the extended range battery, every single bell and whistle you'll never use, but you have to have, or want to have. And that one is $92,569, which comes to $1,407 per month. You are paying a mortgage for a truck. But, you know, if you can afford it and it's good for your business, shit, go for it. But for the average consumer, like I said at the beginning of this video, if we're paying about $550, $600 per month on a payment, we might feel comfortable with $800. Personally, with my income, I feel really comfortable paying $900 per month for a truck, because I actually see the benefit once you pay it off. You have no payments and you don't have those gasoline costs. So gasoline could go up to $5 per gallon. I don't care. Even when I had my mach-e, I didn't care what the gas price. I didn't even know what the gas prices were. I really think people are going to start looking at the Pro Standard Range and the XLT Standard Range if you want a little bit nicer interior, just because it's the only ones that are really, really, truly affordable. And if you really want a truck, that's really your only option. Or if you had a little bit extra money, you could get the base Rivian R1T, because currently the Cybertruck is not even produced yet. And then the Hummer EV, who the hell can afford that? Alright guys, as normal, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy making these videos, and it really helps me make better videos by commenting on the videos and liking and subscribing. It really gives me a lot of feedback. So until then, take care.